Okay, good evening, everyone. Um, it's been a little while since I streamed, so tonight we're going to do a few different things to get right back into it. Um, we're going to start with some Bakugan practice. I'm having some issues with my playmat today. It's not sitting flat, so I have to figure out what's going on with it. But I've put some heavy objects on the edges to at least hold it down for today, so we should be okay. Just a short bit of Bakugan today, where I'm going to show you guys my Pegatrix collection so far. I have 13 Pegatrix in my collection right now, and I will show you all of them. Pegatrix is my favorite Bakugan character. There's 4 different models. She has 4 different models, and I have all of them in multiple colors. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's switch over to my Bakugan screen. Let's adjust a little bit. Good enough. And yeah, my desk cam has a tendency to be shaky sometimes. Not much I can do about that, but it looks to be mostly stable. It's more stable than the playmat right now, so that's all that matters. Hold on, did I take them all out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So for special, let's go ahead and I'm mostly going to do these in a random order, but to start off the Pegatrix practice, let's go ahead and start with the first Pegatrix that I ever bought. That went into my collection my very first night of collecting Bakugan. Let me see. There's the picture. We're going to roll it out. And with the Ultras, I will extend the horns. Don't think I'll do the other manual parts tonight. All the cores, the horns come out automatically. So here we are, our first Pegatrix, the hiatus Pegatrix core from Season 2. And like I said, my playmat, I'm having issues with my playmat tonight. It's not really staying flat. But at least Pegatrix hit the core and opened, so we're going to go ahead and call that a successful roll. It's the Ultras that I like to do redos on if they don't core properly. There. You've seen her many times. Let's move on to the next one. Let's do... I'll just pick from the pile randomly. Alright. Same mold, different color. This will be the Aurelus core Season 2. And I might do a Dragonoid theme night. If I want to get at least one more black one and one more white one before I do a Dragonoid theme night. Maybe I'll do a starter theme night where I just do all the Dragonoids, Troxes, Pegatrix, Halcor, Hydrus, Feral, and Nilius. They represent, putting all those together, they represent about 1/3 of my collection. I'll have to crunch numbers. This is what that same figure looks like as an Aurelus. You can see the shiny gold paint all over it. Alright. We'll do, okay. I randomly picked up my only Ventus Pegatrix for right now, so there we go. This is the Season 1 Ventus core. That was a good landing. Alright. There. We had figured it out by now. Pegatrix is kind of a Pegasus unicorn thing. Very reminiscent of a mecha robot hybrid animal version of a My Little Pony. Let's see, which one is this? Is this the... No, that's the core. Okay. So this one is the Ultra Pyrus. So this is the Season 2 Ultra Pyrus Pegatrix. Don't mind me, I'm just a little OCD when it comes to how the helixes are lined up. Wow, that was a good flip. Considering how unbalanced my playmat is today, and the fact that there's always an uneven spot where part of it has to lie over the base of the monitor, and the fact that Ultras are pretty spotty when they do their jump to begin with, that Pegatrix landed on its feet anyway. I'm impressed. You know the trouble I have landing Ultras on their feet on most of my openings. Did I say openings? I meant practices. I don't want the core to be right on the bump. That would be bad for physics. Alright, like I said, we'll fold up the little horn because it's an Ultra. And that's what the Pyrus Season 2 Ultra looks like. And actually with this Season 2 Ultra, you can fold out the wings. You can actually fold out the legs too, but I don't want to take too much time to do that. So that's what she looks like. Let's do... Okay, which one is this? Alright, looks like we're doing Season 2 Ultra again. This time, am I sure that's the Ultra? Yes. Yes, I'm sure. We're going to do a little bit of Darkest now. This is the Darkest Season 2 Ultra. That one landed on its feet too. Kind of rolled up the hill and bounced back onto its feet. To be fair, as far as I can tell from my off-camera practices, Pegatrix Season 2 Ultra is one of the more stable Ultra designs in terms of being able to land upright. I know it's a bit hard to see Darkest in my poor lighting, but there she is. We have another Season 2 Ultra now. Sorry, I know I picked up the same figure 3 times in a row, but that's okay. We're just trying to... I'm doing these in a random order. So we have the Aquos Season 2 Ultra now. Did not land on its feet, but did double core. You know what? You saw 2 Pegatrix Ultras make the landing already, so I'm not going to worry too much about this one. We have a lot to do tonight, and not a lot of time to do it in, so there, fold out the wings. There she is. So I have, not counting diamonds, because I don't collect the diamonds right now, and not collecting not counting diamonds, fusions, or alternates. I have both of the Season 1 Ultra versions, 3 of the Season 1 Core colors, 4, is it 4? Yeah, 4 of the Season 2 Core colors, and 5 of the Season 2 Ultra colors. Alright. Alright, next Bakugan. This is a Pyrus. Looks like a Pyrus Season 1 I have in my hand right now. There we go. Season 1 Core Pyrus Pegatrix. Hold on. There we go. And with the cores, landing is usually pretty steady. Because with the cores, the magnet is always on the underside, so they by its feet. Season 1 Core Pyrus Pegatrix. Okay, I'm holding a... This is a Season 1 Ultra. This time hiatus. The Season 1 Ultra only got made in 2 colors, which is kind of sad, because I know that this Season 1 Ultra would have looked amazing as a Darkus or an Aurelus, but it only got Aquos and hiatus. Is this the card? Yeah, no, that's not the card. That's the card. Yeah. Let's roll it up. Now, the Season 1 Ultra, chances are I won't be able to get it to land on its feet because it's one of the more unbalanced Ultras. But we'll try. We'll see what happens. Fell on his face. Let's try that again. I'm not going to give it too many tries. We have one more of this figure, so if hiatus fails, then Aquos might pick up the slack later. But given how unbalanced the playmat is right now, I wouldn't get my hopes up for this one to land at all. We'll give it one more try, though. Well, it didn't land on its face at this time. It landed staring up at the sun. So let me fix the cores, and then we will and then I will show you this one, and we'll move on to the next one. I'll flip the horn up. Oh yeah, and this one you also got to pull out its front hooves like this. This figure only looks right if you pull out the front hooves. That's sorry, I didn't mean to drop her. This is what the Season 1 Pegatrix looks like. You can see it looks like that medieval imagery of the horse going up on 2 legs. I've always liked this mold. It would have looked epic in Darkus and Aurelus, but they didn't do it for some reason. Alright, next I have my Darkus Season 1 Core. I think that's the card for this one. Wow, it rolled right over the cords. Must not have rolled with correct timing. There we go. And again, dark is hard to see, so we're not going to spend too much time on this one. But this is the darkest Season 1 core. Yeah, I know you can't really see anything. Alright. 4 left. I guess we'll do this one I just picked up, which is the Aquos Ultra Season 1. Again, this one's not going to land on its feet. Ow. Landed on the core, but with the wrong side. Magnet side up. It tried. We're going to let this one have one more try. After all, the other Aquos is the one that we didn't let land on its feet. But I just don't think we can stick the landing with this mold. But I'm willing to try one more time. I can stick the landing with this mold. I've had it do a perfect flip before on smoother surfaces. But not only does the setup here require me to have a little bump on in my arena, but the playmat itself isn't staying flat, so wow. And then there's going to be 3 more Pegatrix after this. Okay, that was a dud roll. Okay, I don't know why it's not opening. But we are going to call this one a fail, and I will force open it. Give me a moment to reset the cores. We're not going to waste time on this one, because I want to do several other things tonight as well, so. There we go. I thought it was stuck for a moment, but here we go. Horn, front legs. And here we go. Aquos Pegatrix Ultra from Season 1. So next I have my darkest core from Season 2. Where's the trail? Good enough. There she is. will do Pyrus Core from Season 2. There's Pyrus Core, Season 2. And last in my pile is the Hiatus Ultra from Season 2. If I can find the card. So Pegatrix Ultra Hiatus, the Season 2 version. That was a cool flip. Even though it wasn't quite upright, I'm going to go ahead and say that was successful. It landed mostly upright. Flip up the horn, spread the wings, and this Pegatrix. Normally I'd say that would be a good one to end on, and that was the last Pegatrix I had prepped. But I've got a surprise here. The newest Pegatrix in my collection. Let me move the cord. I got, you'll notice this card is a much lower resolution, just because this is a downloaded image rather than a scan, but I got the Season 2 Pegatrix Ultra, which I will be unboxing right here, right now. Let's try and do this on camera as much as possible. So in terms of after this Pegatrix, I'm missing, not counting diamonds and fusions, I'm missing 6 Pegatrix. And so it comes with, this is the smallest unboxing you'll ever see on this channel. Usually when I've done unboxings, I've done a few at a time where I've done multi-packs. This is the only single solo pack you'll ever see unboxed on this channel. So it came with a fist. And this fist is plus 150 plus 1. And it came with a shield. And this shield is plus 250. Let me get out the card. This is a trainer card or a gate card. It comes with a gold trainer card. It comes with a Silent Spears card. And of course, the Pegatrix Ultra card, plus 800, plus 3. But you can see it on screen already, so we're not going to worry too much about that one. And now, modern packaging. There we go. Pulled her right out of her plastic strip. So yeah, in terms of non-diamonds, I'm missing 6 Pegatrix at this point. I'm missing Aquos. I'm missing Aquos, Hiatus, and Aurelus Season 1 core. I'm missing Ventus and Aquos Season 2 core, and Ventus Season 2 Ultra. It comes out of the package open. Let me fold her up real quick so that she can have an initial roll on stream before I move on to the next thing. Okay, what am I not doing right here? Ah, forgot to fold her legs up. Yeah, on the Season 2 Ultras, you can extend the legs. I haven't been doing that tonight just because it takes a long time. So, Season 2 Ultra actually has 7 manual parts. 4 legs, 2 wings, and the horn. Let's roll her out for the first time. Almost. She almost got the landing, so let's roll her out one more time. So yeah, in terms of the remaining 6, they're all in various 3-packs. And all 6 of the 3-packs are very hard to find, to the point where I have never seen 4 of them on eBay or Amazon since I started collecting about a year ago. So I'm prioritizing finding those last 6 Pegatrix before I get into any other stuff, if I can. The 2 that I have identified a source for, I'll probably be getting them pretty soon. I hope I can find the other 4. Wow. Double cord. It jumped up on the hill, then bounced off. You know what? 3rd time's the trick. Let's try her one more time, and then we're gonna clear her out the Bakugan and move on to the next thing. Okay, that was good enough. She landed on her back legs. Flip out the horn. Open the wings. We're not going to worry about the legs. And there she is, Aurelus Ultra. My second Aurelus Pegatrix. You can see all that shiny gold paint on her. I like this one. I can understand why this one was online for 3 times the original retail price. It's so shiny and pretty. And with a nice speed power as well, 800. That's pretty high for an unmodded card. So, that'll do us for Bakugan tonight. Let me go ahead and clear the play area, and I will be back shortly with our next. Let me clear the play area. I'm not going anywhere. I'll keep talking. So yeah, I'm not putting everything away. I'll do all that after stream. I'm just moving it out of the way so I can get my keyboard back into position for the gaming. Playmat, I'll just stick right here, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, they're all accounted for. Okay, got my controller. Let's load up the next game. I will load the next game first, and then we will go into it. Takes a minute to come up. We're going to go into Soul Calibur 6 now. We're going to take the Disney Princess interpretations I made in Soul Calibur 6 and put them against skeleton versions of the original characters that I made in Soul Calibur. Alright, our theme has been updated and the game is loading. You should see a black screen right now, which will be changed in a moment. And we're just going to go down the list of princesses, and we're going to match each to the skeleton of the character, the original character, whose weapon type they use. I should have left the splash screen up till the game came up. I'm sorry about that. We should begin shortly. And we will use the counter of left versus right to determine how many princesses win and how many skeletons win. So so we're doing exactly 20 matches. So whichever side has, if the left side has more wins, then the princesses win, and if the right side has more wins, then the skeletons win. You know what? You can have the game sound. I have music turned off. Give me a minute. Alright, I think you're getting the game sound even with that setting turned off. Alright, yeah, we're going to go with this. We're going to go ahead and get started. CPU, one-player rounds, you know, the way I normally do demo fights.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
So let's go ahead.
Soul of Zasalamel.
So that's Zasalamel, so we need... Which one is the Zasalamel skeleton? I think that's Astaroth. Zasalamel is the hooded one.
Soul of Zasalamel. Soul of Zasalamel.
Yeah, I had it right the first time.
Soul of Zasalamel.
So this is princesses versus skeletons. Kind of get y'all in the mood for Halloween.
In a cursed castle hall, warriors dance in a masquerade of death.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight! Claim victory and bask in the glory.
You're not as pathetic as I thought.
Alright. So that's a round for the princesses. By the way, ignore the princess taunts because I haven't done their voices yet. They all still have the default voice personality thing. So there's one win for the princesses. Let's see who's next.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
It's going to be Anna.
Soul of Sophitia.
Sophitia. So we need the Sophitia skeleton.
Soul of Sophitia.
So yeah, obviously they didn't have matching costumes for everybody, and I had to take creative interpretations. But I did the best I could. The models are pretty much done for the princesses. I just haven't done the voices yet.
In a cursed castle hall, warriors dance in a masquerade of death.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
Wow! Another win for the princesses.
The battle is over.
That's a good
Show
thing.
respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
But that was a pretty one-sided fight.
Was I too gorgeous for you?
Alright. The princesses are fighting well so far. 18 matches to go.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
So it looks like Ariel's next.
Soul of
This fight's
Killick.
mine.
So we need the Killick skeleton.
Soul of Killick.
So this is my interpretation of Ariel now. We used Killick so that she could hold the trident, which was symbolic of King Triton and the Ocean Royal family.
Warriors' spirits are forged below the never-ending skies.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
Got it! You're mine!
Killick's weapon is very good for doing ring outs. Just to let you guys know.
You're mine!
What did I say?
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
You're mine! What? Was I too gorgeous for you?
I think it's funny and thematically appropriate that she just threw him in the water to win. That was epic. Princesses 3, Skeletons 0.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
So now it's
Soul of
This fight's mine!
Mitsurugi.
Aurora. I need the Mitsurugi skeleton. Which one is this one maybe?
Soul of Mitsurugi.
Yep. We're ready to go. So this is Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. Can she keep the princess streak alive?
A history of conflict repeats itself at this old sea keep.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
Two down. Ready? Ready? Count down. Alright.
Okay. And the princesses remain undefeated.
Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
I'm okay with that.
You really think you stood a chance?
Disney princesses, vanquishing evil one undead clone at a time.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Let's see who's next.
Soul of Ivy.
Belle. Okay. So Belle is Ivy.
Soul of Ivy.
I had to take liberties with some of the skeleton costumes because a lot of the costume pieces were not available when using skeleton bodies. One of Ivy's alternate weapon choices.
Relationship replete with riches attracts more chaos than customers.
Yeah, one of Ivy's alternate
Okay,
weapon choices
let's
is a
get
rose,
this started.
which is why I chose that for Belle. For the rose.
Fight.
The chain sword is such a cool weapon. And the skeletons take their first win.
Claim victory and bask in the glow.
Too bad it was Belle. She's one of the fan favorites. At least it's not going to be a shutout. I did want to see an epic war here, so.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
So who's after Belle?
Soul of Woe.
Cinderella. What did he say? Groff. Okay.
Soul of Woe.
Alright, so this is Cinderella's fight. This is fight 6 of 20.
The winds fan the flames of the warriors' fighting spirits.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight.
I've always liked Groff's double-bladed sword. In a way, it reminds me of Darth Maul from Star Wars. That was a very one-sided, quick and one-sided battle there.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
You really think you stood a chance?
Okay, so even though it's not a shutout, the princesses are still dominating. We're going into the 7th match now.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
It's time for
Soul of Maxie.
Islandwee. She's from Black Cauldron, which is a movie that Disney often tries to forget that they made. To be fair, Black Cauldron wasn't very popular. A lot of Disney fans hated because it was so much different than all the other cartoons they had done up to that point. And it almost put the Disney Animation Studio into bankruptcy. A couple years later, Ariel comes along and saves the day. But here's Islandwee. It looks like we need the Maxie skeleton. Maxie is crap. Let's see. This one.
Soul of Maxi.
I'm trying to do twin fights here in terms of the weapon styles. I wouldn't be too upset if Island Way fell to the skeletons. There's no merchandise of her. She's not popular. Most Disney fans have never heard of her.
In a cursed castle hall, warriors dance in a masquerade of death.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
Wow, that was a close one. But I've seen closer.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
You're not as pathetic as I thought.
I really thought the skeletons would be doing a little bit better. But I'm okay with the princesses dominating. Alright. Next fight will be...
Welcome to the stage of history retold. Soul
This
of
fight's
Tira.
mine.
Elsa. I tried to get as wintry a look as possible. It says we need Tira. Tira's the one with the ring blade. Let's see if I can find her.
Soul of Tira.
So, Elsa and Tira. I went with the ring blade for Elsa because I found that if I colored correctly, it almost looked like a giant ice crystal. So, that's why I chose this one for Elsa. Some of the weapon selections were seemingly random, though.
Warriors' spirits are forged below the never-ending skies.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
Ready?
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
What? Was I too gorgeous for you?
Oh, 7-1. 12 matches left. This is a pretty one-sided matchup so far.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Who's after Elsa?
Soul of
This fight's
Talon.
mine.
Jasmine. Okay, we need Talon. One of these is Talon. That's Taki.
Soul of Talon.
Yeah, I think that's a match.
A single slash can cut even the frozen air in two.
Okay, let's get this started.
And the princesses continue to dominate.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
It's not easy being beautiful.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Alright, after Jasmine, we have...
Soul of Taki.
And she's the Taki one. Okay. So Kita is the Princess of Atlantis. Another movie that Disney sometimes tries to forget that they made. Taki, where are you?
Soul of Taki.
I had to take liberties with Taki's skeleton's costume too. That was another one where the costume wasn't available on this for the skeleton body. Kita's an interesting character.
When souls collide, chaos erupts.
Funny we get this world because this is actually the halfway match. Yeah, this is the halfway match. I don't have any princesses based on Aswell, so you're not going to see the Aswell skeleton tonight. I'll do an exhibition match with one of my originals afterwards if you want to see Aswell. And the skeletons take their second wind. They still got a long way to go to catch up. Yeah, the skeletons are still way behind. I'm okay with Kita falling. She's not very popular. Yeah, the skeletons are still a long way behind. That doesn't concern me. The princesses are still dominating.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
So who's Kita after Kita?
Soul of
This one's mine.
Geralt. So now we're looking at Merida, the Scottish princesses. Scottish princess, I should say. Where's my Geralt?
Soul of Geralt.
You'll notice the Geralt skeleton's weapon is a different color from all the other skeletons. That's because you can't actually change the color of Geralt's weapon in the creator, because he's the guest character. He's not a Soul Calibur character. I also had to completely reinterpret his outfit from scratch because his clothes are not available in the editor.
Expand the flames of the warriors' fighting spirits.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
Now I know Merida's dress is actually green, straight green without patterning, but I took creative interpretation to make the costume a little more interesting for purposes of this game. The plain green I felt was a little boring compared with the other characters. There are no archery characters in the game.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Do you really think you stood a chance?
Yeah. There are no archery characters in the game, which kind of sucks, and which is why Merida uses swords in this interpretation of her.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
After Merida, we have
Soul of Sangmina.
Sagmina. So this is our Moana, who's going into battle with Sungmina.
Soul of Songmina.
They didn't have Moana's hair. That hairstyle was pretty close to the texture of her hair. So it basically looks like what her hair would look like if tied up. So
The cacophony of battle cuts through the deathly silence in an invitation to madness.
Okay, let's get this started.
with the princesses, I had to do creative interpretations of some of the character designs.
Fight!
Okay, so the skeletons take another win.
Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Sungmina is actually the first skeleton that I made. And you can't change the color of that floral pattern on her outfit. Which is why it's still bright colors, even though I've changed all the color parts to black for all the skeletons.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
So after Moana, it is Mulan.
Soul of Yoshimitsu.
I had to give Mulan that one because that was the most Asian-looking weapon. Yoshimitsu, where are you?
Soul of Yoshimitsu.
So it's 9-3 right now, with 8 matches left.
When souls collide, chaos erupts.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
Too bad. And there. One more. And there. Let's see. Shot. Let's see.
Looks like the skeletons are finally trying to get back into this.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Yeah, the skeletons are trying to get back into this game now. That really is a creepy mask. That's not the actual Yoshimitsu mask. That mask wasn't available in the character creator, but that one was similar enough.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Alright, so after Mulan,
Soul
This
of
fight's mine.
Voldo.
The unique way Voldo moves, I couldn't see a human princess doing that, so I gave it to Nala, who's the only animal-based character in the princess group.
Soul of Voldo.
Lions don't really move like that either. For Nala, I tried to do kind of a Broadway-style interpretation, where it was you can see the human and you could see the animal, and with an African-inspired outfit. But I didn't want to do too over-the-top
Warrior
African.
spirits are forged below the never-ending skies.
Okay, let's get this started.
I tried to keep it simple as possible.
Fight.
You can see the oversized cat claws.
How's
Wow.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
That cat really got tossed around. So the skeletons really are trying to catch up now. The skeletons are actually putting up some fight this half.
History retold.
So after Nala, this will be, I think, the 15th match, so we have 5 more after this, is Pocahontas.
this fight's mine.
Nightmare. I did him relatively early.
Soul of Nightmare.
This should be an interesting fight.
A merchant ship replete with riches attracts more chaos than customers.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight.
Wow! The skeletons are starting to really dominate now.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Wow! The skeletons, like, they just had a bunch in a row. They're up to 9-6. They really are coming back with 5 fights left.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
So after Pocahontas, it's time for Rapunzel.
Soul of
This fight's mine.
Raphael. So we could see a classic duel style battle here. Which one is my Raphael? That one.
Soul of Raphael. Warriors cross swords beneath the gaze of the ancient gods.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
So good. Ready?
I might do the Equestria Girls next. I'm thinking about it. I'd also like to see various Pokemon, Star Wars characters, some more Disney characters that aren't princesses. Wow, that was a close one.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
I really thought Rapunzel would have won that one. She was dominating most of the fight. But yeah, the Skeletons really want to win this thing. It's 9-7. They won a whole bunch in a row. There's 4 fights left.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Alright. After Rapunzel is Snow White. I gave her a giant mining hammer.
Soul of Astaroth.
Astaroth is one of the big guys.
Soul of Killick.
Wrong! Let's try that again.
Soul of Astaroth.
We need Astaroth. Okay, that one was Keelik. This one, maybe?
Soul of Astaroth.
Yep. Time to fight. Sorry about that. Even I get confused on the creation sometimes.
Warriors' spirits are forged below the never-ending skies.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
What's going on? Not done. Sorry. Yeah. Did it hurt?
Wow! Way to show it to the skeleton, Snow White.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Nice come from behind. Princesses.
Was I too gorgeous for you?
Snow White. Desperately helping the princesses maintain a lead here. 10-7. 3 matches left. The best the skeletons can do is tie at this point. Which
Welcome
means
to the stage of history retold.
the princesses are either going to win or tie. Tiana.
Soul of Shamwa.
Xianghua. Xianghua's another character I had to do creative interpretations with on the skeleton because none of the costume was available for the skeleton body. Xianghua.
Soul of Shamwa.
Tiana. Tiana's a cool character. The skeletons cannot win at this point. The best they can do is tie. But they put up a good fight trying to come back. They put up a really good fight.
Warriors cross swords beneath the gaze of the ancient gods.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
Saw that. See? Beautiful. You're mine. You're gonna. Hey! Hey! Ta-da! Too bad. Bye-bye.
Nice. The princesses have technically won, but
Gain
there's
victory and bask in the glory.
but since two princesses haven't fought yet, we still got to play the last two
Really
matches.
think you stood a chance?
Yeah, we still got to play those last two matches. But the princesses have technically already won. And then at the end, I'll show you the Aswell skeleton using one of the original characters I have,
Welcome
who's...
to the stage of history retold.
I didn't feel Aswell's Doctor Strange summoning the weapons, not having... I don't think he fit with the theme of the other characters, which is why I didn't use Aswell and make him one of the princess characters. So it's Tinkerbell,
Soul of Cervantes.
Cervantes. Kind of chosen because of our connection with pirates. We were trying to match weapons as best we could, but some of them we didn't have a clear match. This was one of them. But at least with pirates in the movie, we could kind of get away with it. So this is Tinkerbell and Cervantes.
Warriors cross swords beneath the gaze of the ancient gods.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
He's like Captain Hook, but scarier.
Go down! Hoo-yah! Alright! Go down! Hoo-yah!
Nice!
Gain victory and bask in the glory.
What? Was I too gorgeous for you?
It's always nice to see a fairy take down a pirate. The skeletons tried and ultimately failed to make a comeback. And we have one final princess fight,
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
which is Vanellope.
Soul of
This fight's mine.
Siegfried. Siegfried.
Soul of Siegfried.
We gave Vanellope that weapon because we found that by coloring it, we could make it look like a giant candy. Vanellope is part of a video game, in-universe video game called Sugar Rush.
Blood, flesh, and souls are offered to the gods amidst deathly chants.
Okay, let's get this started.
Fight!
I got this.
Nice. And that'll do it for the princesses. 13-7.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
It's not easy being beautiful.
$13 to 7. And now, just because I said you could see as well, I'll show you as well.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
So the original character here is kind of a demon girl called Morgana. She's kind of a gender-swapped version of an original character I used to run in a few video games back in high school and college.
Soul of Aswell.
But I've never done gender swaps back then in those games. She's just a gender-swapped version of one of those characters.
Soul of Aswell.
We'll put this fight in the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny arena, because it is the last fight.
When souls collide, chaos erupts.
You look beautiful dead.
Fight!
This fight doesn't count. We've already done the princess matches.
Me.
Wow, this is a close, intense fight.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
And with that, I'm going to take a quick bio break, and I'll be back with something else to do in a few minutes. Okay, so I know my description says I was going to do some Morrowind tonight. But I don't want to get started with Morrowind because Morrowind, you know, I could easily be in for a few hours. And a stream that I usually watch on Thursday nights is supposed to go live pretty soon. So instead, I'm just going to talk about random Pokemon card arts because there's a lot of pretty cards in my collection. So let me go ahead and pull up. There we go. We're in the Pokemon cards now. And let's see what cards we're talking about tonight. Poochyena. That is Power Keeper's Mini. I don't have a lot of the Gen 3 cards. Alright, Poochyena is pulling on something, but I can't tell from context what that big yellow thing it's pulling on is supposed to be. Cutesy, aggressive, kind of like Snubble. Why am I still holding my controller? I don't need that for these. Really not much to say about this Poochyena card. Let's get to the good stuff. Ivysaur, Southern Islands. Yeah. I got the Southern Islands set pretty early on in my collecting. I went through the cards and I'm like, the Southern Islands set looks pretty cool. So obviously I didn't get them new or anything. Even then, it was hundreds of dollars new, even a couple years ago. I bought them as singles because they were only a couple dollars each. There's only, I think it's 18 cards in the set. Southern Islands, the Southern Islands promo set came out right after Gen 2. I think there's like 6 Gen 2 Pokemon and 12 Gen 1 Pokemon in the set. And 6 of the cards, including the Mew, are foils. This is the Ivysaur card. You can see the edges of a Raticate and a Slowpoke and a Togepi. That's because the Southern Islands cards, each of the Pokemon was cropped from card arts. There were, I think, there were like 3 different outdoorsy scenes. One was like in a forest, one was by the beach, and each scene had a bunch of different Pokemon in it, and the cards were cropped from those poster scenes. So you can see the edges of other Pokemon around the Ivysaur. I like everything in the Southern Islands set. It's such a cute set. And it's too bad that after Pokemon Company took over, they never did anything like it again. But yeah, around Ivysaur, you can see Togepi, Raticate, and a little bit of Slowpoke. Really not much else to say. Cute card, cute set. I like Southern Islands. Galarian Lanoon, and this is a reverse. This is Champion's Path. Lanoon is a Generation 3 rodent, but when Generation 8 came out, it got a Galarian form. The Galarian Lanoon looks nothing like the original Lanoon, and Galarian Lanoon actually gained an evolution called Obstagoon. This, of course, evolves from Galarian Zigzagoon. So he is a dark, menacing Pokemon against what looks like a threatening background. Storms coming in at dusk, something like that. Very sort of spooky, be careful kind of environment he's in. And he's a monstrous Pokemon. Yeah, very fitting for Halloween weekend, I would say, this card art. Blastoise. That's Boundaries Crossed, I think. It's just a Blastoise nondescript background. You can see the water cannon in action, which is unusual for Blastoise cards. You don't usually see the cannon shooting. You do in this art. Other than that, plain background, there's really not much to say. Blastoise looks as tough and cool as ever. Breakthrough. Vanillite. Ice Cream Cone. Snowy background. Cute little living ice cream cone thing. Not much else to say here. Igglybuff. Crystal Guardians, I think. Igglypuff is the baby form of Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff. Igglybuff was one of the Gen 2 babies. It's a shame they dropped the whole idea of babies. One of the Gen 4 babies, Mantyke, only has one card ever as a result of them dropping babies as a thing after Generation 4. But Igglybuff is a Generation 2 one. Kind of cute. Playing on the beach. Like the art style. Landorus. Forbidden Light. And this Landorus looks like it's getting ready to start a fight in a forest. Nice action pose. Other than that, not really much to say about this one. Sharpedo. Champion's Path. Another reverse. He's a torpedo sharp shark. Looks like he's charging. He's swimming really fast towards the viewer. You can see the motion lines in the ocean behind him. Not really much going on in the background otherwise, but this is a dynamic action shot. He's definitely on his way to a fight. Reverse grass type basic energy. This would be the team up version of the basic energy. There's really not much to say about the basic energies. I did, for the regular basic energies, try to collect reverse sets. I have reverse sets for Generations, Evolutions, Sun Moon. They did the reverse set in Shining Legends. Team Up, they did the reverse energy set in Hidden Fates. And I have a Sword Shield reverse energy set as well. I also have a non-foil Heart Gold, Soul Silver energy set. Those were unique basic energies where they have silhouettes of Gen 2 Pokemon on them. And I also have a round of base set energies, which I will be trying to upgrade to first edition in the coming months. Larvitar. Team Up. Pattern background. Little dragon baby standing in front of a patterned background. Kind of trying to camo. You can see how similar the background pattern is to his markings. Cute little card. Not much else to say, really. Pokenav. Celestial Storm. Some kind of tool. I don't really know what Pokenav does in the show and the game because I don't play the show and the game. But it looks like a nifty little gadget with some wireframe thing, other gadgets around it. Tangrowth. Very cartoony look. It's a plant. It's an overgrown plant Pokemon playing in a field. This is Primal Clash. He's just a ball of vines having a pretty good day. That Tangrowth almost looks friendly. I've always thought of Tangrowth as kind of one of the uglier Pokemon, but it's not the ugliest. Tangrowth evolves from Tangela, but when Tangela originally appeared, it didn't have an evolution. Tangrowth came later. Xerneas GX, and this would be the full art. Fairy type. Man, I miss Fairy type. That was such a pretty pink they used for fairy cards. Pretty shade of pink. They didn't do much in terms of Fairy type GXs. There was Xerneas, and then there was Sylveon and Gardevoir. I can't remember. There's got to have been a couple others, but I don't remember which ones. But Xerneas, Gardevoir, and Sylveon are the only obvious fairy types I can remember getting GXs. And then, of course, there was the Gardevoir-Sylveon tag team as well. But yeah, I like that pink. And I like the GX full arts because instead of being overdone action backgrounds like all the other ultra rares, the GX full arts were plain backgrounds and you could see the Pokemon easier. I like that about it. The GX full arts, I think, were my favorite style of all the ultra rares in terms of not being over-designed. Sometimes simpler is prettier. And that's a lesson that the Pokemon Company doesn't always understand. Remember the Mega EXs? Yeah. GX full arts look so much better than those Mega EXs. Mega EX's full arts weren't bad, but the Mega EX half arts were just, you'll see what I mean if we pull one. Durant, Breakpoint. Metal Bug. Looks like a metal bug. A few metal bugs crawling through what looks like a field with what looks like fire behind them. Not really sure. This is more of an action shot. This is the kind of scene I like. It's an action shot without being an obvious battle scene. I like when the Pokemon in the pictures are actually doing something. And that's clear in this picture that they're doing some kind of work. Just not sure what that work is. Lileep. Celestial Storm. No, Cosmic Eclipse. Okay, Fossil. I've never really figured out what Lileep and Cradily are supposed to be. It looks like an anemone, but then it's got a snail shell, anemone with a snail shell on the other end. It just, weird fossil type. Pretty colors though, I will say it's got a nice color scheme. Well, this one looks like it's underwater. Hatterene, Champion's Path. This is a reverse. Hatterene is being a Gen 8 Pokemon. It's a character that I'm not really familiar with. It says it evolves from Hatenna, and I know it evolves into Hatterene. I don't know anything about this line other than they look cute, and they look like if Fairy type had not been discontinued, they would have been Fairy types. At least as far as I can tell by how they look. Energy Retrieval. Evolutions. Looks like some generic energy, motion, dynamic, sciencey stuff. Can't really tell what this is supposed to be, but it depicts something in motion, so I guess it goes with the title. This is one of the classic base set arts. Okay, the stream that I want to raid into has started. I'm going to give them a few minutes so they have a few viewers. And as soon as we see a card that's really spectacular, I'll bring this to a finish. I know I didn't do a lot of Pokemon cards tonight. I was just trying to kill a few minutes, but... Drowsy. This is a reverse from Unbroken Bonds. Little psychic pig dog thing sitting in his tree. Did I say pig dog? More of just pig? Well, what about that nose? Anteater. Psychic Anteater. Maybe. I'm not sure. He's just chilling in his tree, having a good day. Taking a little rest. Oh, Clawetzer break. I like the breaks. There were 35 of them total across 5 sets and 3 promo boxes. Breakthrough, Breakpoint, Fates Collide, Steam Siege, Evolutions, and then the breaks were also featured in 3 of the promo collection boxes from that era. Clawetzer is a Generation 6 water Pokemon. He's kind of a crab with a cannon arm. And the thing I liked about the breaks is how the Pokemon were made into like a solid gold. It was a cool effect, and not enough Pokemon got it. But the ones that did, their cards look really cool. It was kind of cool. It's something you tack on to the top evolution, and which is basically an enhancement to the evolution instead of being... It's kind of a partial evolution like Megas, except it kind of enhances the it enhances the Pokemon that becomes the break. It still has all its previous abilities, but it has the new HP and the new ability as well. I hope I explained that clearly. It's been a few years since breaks were a thing. Conkeldurr, XY base, the construction Pokemon. He's just working his quarry, having a good time. I mean, he's working, but I can tell he's having a good time because he's smiling. So, I guess that's a good thing. Well, this is one Pokemon you wouldn't want to have angry at you. Well, I'm sure all the Pokemon are Pokemon you wouldn't want to have angry at you. Tangela. We were just talking about Tangela. This one's walking down a forest path. This one is from Burning Shadows. Cute little cartoon style. Like the background on this. Not much else to say. We've already talked about Tangela and Tangrowth. Lantern. Sun Moon base. Hold on. Are they not doing music tonight? Give me a minute. And it's forcing me to watch an ad. I have them in mute though, so it won't interfere. Next. Did I just skip the lantern? Let's go back to the lantern and talk about that real quick. Sun Moon based lantern. It's a fish with a light. And there's actually real fish that have lights in the deeper parts of the ocean. So Lantern is not actually... Lantern is one of the less fantastical of the Pokemon, contrary to popular belief. Nice little fish. They always print him too much, but never let him do anything cool. There's a lot of Pokemon that they print like every other set, but never let do anything cool. This is one of them. Vaporeon. And this is the promo version of Vaporeon from the Sylveon box, right at the end of Legendary Treasures. Right before Generation 6 was introduced, there was a box that came with promos of all of the evolutions, including Sylveon. And it came with a fairy card, a fairy energy card, so you could use that attack because the first XY set hadn't actually dropped yet. And to this day, the Sylveon box is one of the more expensive collector boxes on the secondary market. I think it's going for like $200 right now. When the Sylveon box was new. Okay, they are doing piano tonight. Alright. Alright. Usually when an evolution comes up and I'm getting ready to stream, I consider it a good place to finish. But I really have only done a few cards. Let's see if we can hit an ultra rare or something really special. But yeah, it's nice that we at least got to see an evolution tonight. You know they're a big deal for me. But yeah, cute Vaporeon card. All the cards in that box are in this cute style, with the exception of Sylveon, who's in a different art style. But still, pretty cool box. Pretty cool Pokemon. Lickitung. Southern Islands. What are the odds of that? Southern Islands is only 18 cards. We've only looked at about 22 cards tonight. And given that there's over 6,000 cards in my collection, the odds of hitting Southern Islands twice are low. But here we are. Lickitung. This one looks like he's friends with a Venonat and a Rattata. Yeah. Lickitung, by definition, is kind of an ugly Pokemon. But in this card, he's really cute and adorable. This is probably my favorite of the Lickitung cards in my collection. I've never really been a fan of the idea of Lickitung, but this card I love. Well, it is Southern Islands, so of course I like this card. Alright. Let's see. Gardevoir EX. Secret Rare. With Yveltal in the background. This is one of the Steam Siege Secret Rares. I like the composition of this card. The green and white Gardevoir against the red and black Yveltal on the purplish pink background. I like it. Um, the late XY secret rares, starting with the 2 Mewtwo's in Breakthrough, then Gyarados in Breakpoint, Fates Collided was Alakazam, and then Gardevoir and Volcanion and Steam Siege. They all had really nice compositions, the 6 late XY secret rares. This is probably one of my top 3 to 4 Gardevoir cards in my collection. Although the Generations Radiant Collection Mega Gardevoir card or the regular Gardevoir card, I think, are the only 2 Gardevoirs I have, which I like even more than this version. Those are cute arts if they ever come up, but Tyranitar. That would have been a good place to finish too. I guess we got to keep going. Unified Minds, Tyranitar. Definitely he's in some kind of battle. You can see the action. You can see the action lines around him, and he's definitely looking angry. When have you ever seen a Tyranitar not angry though? Sigilyph GX. It is an ultra rare, but not one I would consider cool enough to end on. Sigilyph is one of those Pokemon that I have no idea what it is, what it's supposed to be. It's just like a random ancient flying thing. And that's all I know about Sigilyph. So I can't really talk about what it's doing here. Like all regular GX cards, it's a dynamic action battle scene. I like those clouds in the background though. Pretty sunset scene. Incineroar Gx, another Pokemon I don't like quite enough to end on. This one looks like it's in some kind of wrestling arena. Claws forward. This is a good fight. This Incineroar is having a good fight. Nice action pose. I like this card. Archeops for Plasma Blast. Archon and Archeops, the fossil birds from Black and White, are a pair of Pokemon that really almost never get printed. It's really sad how rarely fossil type Pokemon get printed. It's like each fossil type Pokemon only has a small handful of cards, but this is a really nice action card. And those aren't motion lines you see, that's actually the black-white hollow pattern. It was, the black-white had a really nice looking hollow pattern. It's too bad they never replicated that in other sets though, but it was a really shiny, vibrant pattern and I liked it. And it went well with Archeops. Archeops is a very colorful ancient bird. I like Archeops. I like this art. This Archeops is clearly flying on his way to some kind of fight. Magnemite. Oh, this is one of the partner scenes from Cosmic Eclipse. Cosmic Eclipse, the last set of XY, no, the last set of Sun and Moon, had a set of 12 what were called secret rares, but they were really, actually they came in the reverse slot of the pack, not the rare pack. So they were a lot easier to get than regular secret rares, but it was a set of 12 cards that were alternate art versions of Pokemon in the set with their trainers. So here's Magnemite chilling with Lieutenant Surge. I think that's Lieutenant Surge. Yeah, I always like cards that depict the trainer and the Pokemon together. But most of the card arts that depict trainer and Pokemon together are battle scenes. I like ones like this, which show that they actually have a life together outside of battle. Especially someone like Lieutenant Surge, who is famous for being a soldier and battle is all he knows. It's nice seeing him chill like this. Chansey. Hidden Fates Reverse. This Chansey looks like it's tending to a garden. Cute art style. There's a thing next to him that is that a Squirtle toy? I can't really tell what that's supposed to be next to him. I don't think it's another Pokemon though. Ash's Pikachu. This is one of the 7 versions of Ash's Pikachu that was handed out randomly during a movie promotion a few years back. Each of the 7 Ash's Pikachus has a different hat on. Each hat is Ash's hat from a different generation. So if you have the full set of Ash's Pikachu, you can see all the hats Ash wore over the years. It was released during Sun Moon, though, so it's no longer a complete representation of all of Ash's hats because Gen 8 did not exist yet. But Pikachu being the mascot of Pokemon, I think that's a good place to quit. I'll leave it on the screen while I set up this raid. Let's go. Let me set up the raid. Oh, wait. In addition to Piano, Justin and Evelyn and John Massey Newland are also on. I can't do Indecision, though. Piano Rogues hasn't streamed in 3 weeks. Yeah, we're going there tonight. Alright, have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you on Saturday for my Halloween special, where I'll be out here with my paper and pen to draw some popular villain and monster characters. Maybe I'll play some spooky songs on my kazoo as well. So, have a good night, everyone.
Uncle Evie coming in with a raid. Thank you so much, Uncle Evie. How are you tonight?